Do you like LEGO Star Wars? Well, if you do, you probably like LEGO Star Wars games, and if that's right, then you have absolutely clicked on the right video. So I'm going to tell you exactly why that is right now. Let's get on with it. There is a brand new LEGO Star Wars game that's coming out very, very soon, and no, I'm not talking about LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, because everyone knows about that. This is one that has been covered much less and is much less known, and although there is definitely some videos on this game, none that make the comparison to another game that I think is definitely there. So the game that I'm talking about today is LEGO Star Wars Battles. It's a mobile game, and I think it is very, very similar to Clash Royale, the Supercell game, the makers of Clash of Clans. So in this video, I'm going to be one, telling you what Star Wars Battles is, and two, telling you how it relates to Clash Royale. Now this game is coming out very, very soon, and that excites me a lot because, well, one, I answered yes to both of the questions in the intro, and two, I play Clash Royale and I quite like it, so I can't wait for this game. So yes, LEGO Star Wars Battles is coming out very, very soon, when technically it's actually been out before. It got released and then it got taken off the App Store or the Play Store or whatever to like make some work on it and stuff like that, but it wasn't actually released to the whole world. So if you haven't heard of it before, despite it already being released, that is probably why. I mean, it wasn't even released in some of the like bigger countries that games usually release on first, such as the UK and the US, for example. So I've never played this game yet, but it has existed before, but it got taken down, and like I said, now it's coming back. I imagine they didn't want to release it to like everyone at first and did a test release before a huge one, just to see how people would like it, what they'd think about it, what they thought was good, bad, and the bad they can work on, and just to gather information so then they know what to do from then on. So if with little marketing and stuff like that, it still did really, really well purely from people just searching up Star Wars on the App Store, then they know with a bit more marketing, this game can do huge numbers, which I definitely think it can. However, I've not really seen any marketing for this. There's something about it on the StarWars.com, and that's about all that I've seen from Star Wars announcing this game. However, I might have missed stuff. They may have also only released the test version of this game, or the test release, to a smaller audience, so if there happens to be big issues, not the whole world finds out about these issues, and then the game doesn't get a bad reputation before it's even released. So I personally think it was pretty smart, but yes, it's coming back, and I'm very excited. So what actually is the game? Well, if you've ever played Clash Royale, imagine that, but it's LEGO Star Wars. And I mean that in the most literal way possible. Now, like I said, I play Clash Royale, so if you combine one of my favourite mobile games with one of my favourite fictional universes, in fact, my favourite fictional universe, then that creates something very, very good. So how is it actually similar? Well, you have different cards, and some of them are shaped differently to the normal, like, rectangular cards, being the, like, legendary cards in this game, whatever they're going to call it in Star Wars Battles, as opposed to what it's called in Clash Royale. And two of these legendary cards are Yoda and Darth Vader, which is like to be expected. They are some of the most powerful people in Star Wars, probably top 5. In fact, definitely top 5 in canon, if you exclude like the Wills and the Mortis gods. Anyway, cards in this game also cost like a certain number of something to be placed down on the battlefield or in the game, basically this game's version of Elixir. And judging from like the gameplay that I've seen, you do have to destroy something to score a point, but understanding what the objective of the gameplay is has been one of the more difficult things, because obviously Clash Royale, you have 3 towers, you got to destroy as many as possible. If you get the big one, then you win automatically anyway. But this one is harder to tell, but it definitely seems like a very similar concept, but not too similar, so it is not literally an exact copy, but you can clearly tell what game they took the idea of and changed to make it LEGO Star Wars-fied, if that's actually a term. And one of my favourite parts that I'm seeing from this game is the maps, or the arenas, what you'd call on Clash Royale, and I'm going to call them maps on LEGO Star Wars Battles, are actual places in Star Wars. Like we see Naboo, we see Hoth, we see Scarif, I believe. So yeah, they're using maps from Star Wars, or planets in Star Wars, locations we've seen. There's also the Geonosis Arena, and making them the arenas, which I think is very, very clever, very, very good. And there's also obstacles that you would see on that planet that are placed in the map for characters or cards to have to avoid, which I think is a subtle but nice difference between Clash and Battles. And then going from one of my favourite parts to my favourite part is how many characters there are. Just from the advertising photos alone, likely meaning that there's more than this in the actual game, we see Yoda, Vader, Luke, Leia, Boba Fett, IG-11, a bunch of different versions of clones and stormtroopers, stormtroopers from the Empire and the First Order that is, multiple vehicles and ships, like TIE fighters for example, Cassian Andor, droidicas, super battle droids, Porgs, Captain Phasma, etc, etc. There is so many. And another cool concept that is again different from Clash is that it looks like you will always be fighting as either the light side or the dark side versus the other one. So in terms of whatever this version of decks is going to be from Clash, you're going to have a light side and a dark side deck available, so whichever one you get randomly selected to be in the game that you go into, like that's the deck that's going to be selected. Or maybe you can actively choose whether you go into a light side battle or a dark side battle. I don't know, but either way I think it's quite cool, but at the same time it would be nice to place down, say, Vader and Yoda on the same team. Maybe that's going to be like a limited time game mode or something like that you also see in Clash Royale. But in terms of the general like game mode, I think it's quite cool that it's always light side versus dark side, and I think it makes complete sense. Similar to Battlefront Heroes vs Villains or Hero Showdown, or I mean I guess any game mode in Battlefront like Supremacy or Galactic Assault, it's always one faction versus another faction, the good versus the bad. So it's nice that it's keeping the theme of normal Star Wars games, despite it not being an Xbox or PlayStation or a console game. Basically it is a mobile game. I mean, I guess Galaxy of Heroes does this as well. I'm waffling, forget what I just said. Now, like I said, from the gameplay, I am struggling to determine what the actual objective is to score a point, but what I do know is once you've done whatever you have to do to score a point, you get like a little chip at the top, and there is 5 empty chips. Obviously, if you get all 5, you win automatically, but if you get 3, then there's no other way your opponent can win, unless you can lose a chip at the top or something. I don't know, but I assume that it's just whoever has the most at the end, unless you end up like 5-0ing them, and that might be the way to end the game early. In comparison to in Clash, you just destroy the King Tower. Another similarity that I like the look of is that there's obviously some kind of chests or crates that you open to get the cards, because you can upgrade them by obviously having, say, 10 Yodas, and you need 10 to upgrade. Once you have 10, you can upgrade the exact same way it works in Clash Royale. Basically, the more of them you get, the higher level you can get the single one that you can put down. Now, a cool thing about this app that I've never actually seen before on the App Store is you can actually search it up, LEGO Star Wars Battles, and click Notify Me, so you get a notification when the game is released, which I've obviously done, because like I've said, I've stated that I am very excited for this to come out. So yes, it says on the App Store coming soon, so it's already there. So as soon as the game is actually finished, it's going to be released straight away, because, well, like I said, they've already got it prepared on the App Store, because obviously it's already been there before, just never in my country, so they didn't have to upload it onto the App Store again, or whatever the process of that is. So I recommend you go over and click Notify Me, so when the game releases, you know about it. But then even so, I will be sure to make a video when LEGO Star Wars Battles releases. So alternatively, you could just subscribe and click the notification bell on my channel, and then you will be notified when the game releases. I think I prefer that option. And I also want to say that if you get clans like you do in Clash on LEGO Star Wars Battles, I will definitely be making like a Master 2187 clan or something like that, so we can all join the same one and dominate the game together. How does that sound? So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do leave a like, subscribe for more, click the notification bell if you want to be notified when I upload any other videos, especially some news ones that you won't want to miss, and, well, all of my other videos, because I don't just make news, I make some pretty good, in my opinion, Star Wars content. But yeah, like I said, thank you for watching, goodbye.